What's happening, guys? So this footage is from Monday. It is going to be just from that session, and it was a pretty cool day. You're going to want to stick around to the end as I put together some footage from the day, because there were some pretty big names in powerlifting that were there. Ryan Doris showed up. Ellis McLean was in town from Texas, so he was there for the day. Lane was there, and just a lot of big names and a lot of cool people. A lot of my friends were there, so it was a lot of fun, and it was kind of nice to put some stuff together and just kind of show you how much fun it was. So anyway, as for this session, pretty happy with the way things are going now. Things are finally picking back up. I'm feeling a lot better. Thankfully, it's been a while since I've been feeling good, so felt pretty strong. I had squats here. I had 405 for sets of 7, 3 sets of 7, so I was kind of taken back for a second that my actual working weight for 7s is 405 now, which is pretty incredible considering where I was about a year ago when this was about my 1 rep max. So definitely pleased with my squat progress, like always. If only I could get my other lifts to have even like a quarter of that progression, I'd be thrilled, but it is what it is. Now, you may or may not have noticed in that first set that my depth seems to be improved. I made a couple of changes to my stance here and the way that I'm doing the lift that's really helped me tremendously with my squat depth. And the biggest thing, which you can't really see here, is I turned my toes more forward. I had them pointed out at about 45 degrees before. I turned them in, and for whatever reason with my hip anatomy or my hip structure, it just for some reason allows me to kind of get into depth a little bit better, and it allows me to press my knees out more, which seems to be the big thing. If I really focus on pressing my knees out hard on the descent, I hit depth a heck of a lot better than if I don't. So that's what I've really been focusing on. Seems to be paying off, and I'm happy about that, because the way USAPL's been going lately, they've been really picky with depth, so I got to make sure I'm getting down there, and that's been my focus for this block, is just to really focus on hitting depth each and every single rep. And as we're in a transition here, I'm going from 9 7s and 5s now down to 7 5s and 3s, and we get heavier, we're getting a little bit closer. I'm about 9 weeks out from my meet now. It's just going to be important to continue to go through that. So bench actually felt pretty good too, which is good because it had been about 3 weeks of pretty steady regression with the lift, quite honestly. I just was losing a little bit of strength every single time, it seemed like, but I felt a lot better. These moved really smooth, and it was I believe 250 pounds for sets of 7, and I'm actually going to bench 4 days a week now. My coach added in an extra day of bench, so I have 3 days of squats and 4 days of bench, and then 3 days of deadlifts as well, except one of those days is kind of light work, doing light triples, so it's not overly taxing. So it's basically 2 days plus a little bit of, you could almost call it speed work, although I'm just working on doing the movement with some lighter weight, trying to get better. And he's also adding in some hamstring hypertrophy to try to help my deadlift come along. We added a second day of back, and now we're going to add in some stiff leg deadlifts as well as some lion leg curls, 5 sets each during the week, just to try to kind of get this deadlift going, because it's been stagnant for so long that you got to do something. So that's kind of the changes to my training program for this upcoming block. Hopefully these changes will make a big difference and get things going again. I've got about 5.5 pounds. I was 188.5 this morning when I weighed in, and I got to get down to 183 for the meet. So about 5-6 pounds to lose in 9 weeks, so it shouldn't be a big deal, but just got to stay on it. So looking forward to just getting down to weight and reversing back out of it and not having to deal with this cut anymore, because it's been so long and I am over it. But down the home stretch we come. Alright, so that's all I have for that update. Like I said, stay tuned for the footage from the day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.